JP, 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 the JP, 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 the JP, JP, the JP show. Welcome back, everybody, to the JP show. We're back. Yes, I am your host, JP, and welcome back to the show that's being talked about all over the internet, the JP show. Yes. Happy New Year, everybody. Yes, this is 2022. This is a new year. This is the JP show in a new year. And I'm just so happy to be here. I am blessed. I hope you guys are blessed as well. We about to get it on. We about to talk a little this. We about to talk a little that. We about to get into some topics. I'm about to get it off my chest. Get it off your chest, JP. Get it off your chest, JP. Get it off your chest. Yes, I'm happy to do that for you guys in the new year. Listen, don't forget, guys, in this new year, I'm really going to need you guys to like, comment, subscribe. If you don't do anything, just subscribe to the JP show, okay? So, how have you guys been? Did you miss me? Did you miss me? Did you miss me? Yes, I miss you guys. So I miss talking about different things. I miss talking about topics. I miss talking about relationships and what's going on out here and what I'm seeing and what you're seeing and colliding our two brains together and having difference of opinions and different things. I miss it, and I'm happy that we're back and we're ready to get it on, okay? Again, to everybody, Happy New Year. I hope your new year, 2022, is blessed, filled with joy, filled with promise, filled with everything that you want to accomplish in this year. All right? And that's from JP. Love. All right, so let's see. What we going to talk about? What we going to talk about today? So I got a couple things that we're going to get into or whatever the case is. One thing I want to bring up real quick, right? So when I was growing up, back in the day, I used to go to the barbershop. As you can see right now, I actually need to go to the barbershop because I'm kind of like, I'm out there a little bit. You know what I mean? Got to get my beard touched up, everything. So back in the day, I used to go to the barbershop, which I still do, but mainly talking about back in the day. And the way things worked back then was you would go to the barbershop. You would try to get there early. Your barber or the barbershop or the owner of the barber, they would basically get there early. Let's say the earliest I've probably seen a barbershop open up back in the day is probably like 7 o'clock in the morning. And no lie, there would be people lined up for the first haircut at 6 o'clock in the morning. So there would be people at the barbershop at 6 a.m. not even in the shop, just lined up. And for a lot of people that get their haircuts, men and women, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There would be people lined up 6 o'clock in the morning if the barbershop opened up at 7 because they wanted to get their first haircut and be on their way, go to work or whatever it is. If it's a Saturday, get their haircut out the way and then enjoy the rest of their weekend. They would be there 6 o'clock in the morning. The barbershop will open up at 7. The barbers will start cutting or whatever, and they'll take their day, however they do it from there. That's how they run their day. And then you'll have some barbers start to see they come in at 7:30, 8 or whatever. But the thing was that if your barber came in at 8, you wouldn't get there at 6 o'clock in the morning because you know your barber wasn't going to be there. So you have an understanding between you and your barber, you know, what time he's going to come and what time you're going to get there or whatever. Your barber will tell you, don't come at, early because I'm not going to be there early. You could come at 7:45, 7:50 or whatever. I'll be there at 8. Bet. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you, man, oh man, have things changed since that time. I want to let you guys know. Well, I go to a Dominican barbershop now. And I want to let y'all know, for all the people that don't know, the Dominican barbershops, they can really cut. I respect their game. They could cut hair. My barber is fantastic. He's amazing. He cuts my hair amazing. You know what I'm saying? So, I go to a Dominican barbershop, right? So, at my barbershop, literally, not even at my barbershop, whenever I get ready to go to the barbershop, I have to call my barber. Listen, I gotta call my barber, let's say 9 o'clock in the morning, to ask him not what time the barbershop is opening, what time is he gonna be at the barbershop? Now, if you guys don't know what's going on in New York City, this is what's going on. The barbers in New York, the Dominican barbers in New York, they're not coming to the barbershop at 7 a.m. Now, you got a couple of people, you got a couple of barbers, they open up their barbershop 7 o'clock or whatever, or 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever time they open, and boom, they good. But my barber specifically, every time I go to get a haircut, I literally have to call him. And when I call him, I call him and he's like, Papi, what's up, Papi? Oh, I don't know, Papa. I'm not going to be able to get out to the barbershop till like 3, maybe 4. And some days he'd be like, 12 o'clock, Papi. I don't get out of bed till 12 o'clock. I could be there at 1 o'clock. And I'm like, I get up pretty early, so I could be at the barbershop at 7, 8, 9 o'clock. So he's making me wait all the way to 3 o'clock, you know what I'm saying, to get to the barbershop. So there's plenty of times I got to the barbershop at 3 o'clock. He's not even there. This is his first time at the barbershop. This is his first time. So he calls me, he's like, oh, Papi, I'm supposed to be there at 3. I'm not sure. I'm not going to be able to get there till 3:30. Last night I was at the salsa bar, and I was salsaing all night, Papi. I was salsa and merengue and bachata, ooh, 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 ooh. I'm like, yo, what the? Like, dude, I don't care about your salsa stories or whatever. This is not Taxi Cab Confessions. I don't care about your salsa stories. All I care about is getting my hair. He's like, oh, Papi, don't worry. I'll take you to the salsa club with me. We drink Coronas. We drink whatever you want to drink. We drink. I'm like, yo, I don't want to go to the salsa club. I don't want to drink no Coronas. All I want to do is get my hair cut. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, Papi, I was dancing last night. I had two girls. Had 2 girls in the front. I had 2 girls in the back. I had 2 girls in the front. I had 2 girls in the back. I'm like, yo, my man, really? So the Dominican barbers in today's time, you gotta call them, and a lot of barbershops, not even like all Dominican barbers. There's a lot of black barbershops that's probably like this too. But you got to call them. You have to call them in the morning to find out what time he's going to be at the barbershop. And then a lot of times he say he's going to be there at 1. He doesn't even be there at 1. So you're sitting around waiting. If you got appointments, if you got meetings, if you got things to do, if you got to pick your kids up or what, it's like a lot of times with people, our time is very precious. So it's like you got to go point A to point B to point C to point D. And it's really not, you don't have a lot of time to just be like, just throwing it away. Like your time is very precious. And I don't think a lot of these barbers understand. I get to the barbershop, you know what they're doing? They're in the barbershop, they're drinking Johnny Walker, they got the salsa loud as hell. They're dancing around you. They're doing circles around you with the clippers. And they cha-cha-cha. They doing the cha-cha hustle. And they sliding all over the place. And they dancing. They spinning all around you or whatever. They speaking Spanish. Oh, papa, dímelo. Ah. I'm like, they playing dembos. They playing reggaeton. They playing salsa, bachata. I'm like, yo, real fact. If anybody go to the Dominican barbershop, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not lying. And these are real facts for the ladies. If you're going to get your hair cut, you want a new hairstyle, you want to cut your hair low, just know what's going on. If you're in the New York City area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, if you're in this area, know what's going on. You're going to have to deal with some bullshit barbers. Unless you go to maybe black barbers, which they got bullshit too, but it's not crazy as the Dominican barbers. If you go to the black barbers, you probably got to deal with a little laziness, a little talking, a lot of talking. I ain't going to say a little talking. A lot of talking in the black barber shops. You know, talking about, you know how we do. Talking about sports, talking about all types of stuff like that. But that's basic. That's kind of the basic of what you got to deal with in the black barbershop. In the Dominican barbershop, they like to party, and then they eating too. They eating food, all of they got freaking all this mangoo hands and all this freaking, you know, rice and beans and all this stuff on their hands and stuff. They don't wash their hands or whatever. They touching your face, they touching your head. You got all this food smell going all up in your nose. You like, man, get me the heck out. You gotta literally go outside. You gotta sanitize your whole face. You know how people sanitize? You gotta sanitize your face. You gotta be like this on your head, everything. You know what I'm saying? Because they are wild. They're drinking Coronas all day in the barbershop. And then let me tell you this. There's people that literally come to the barbershop. You know how, like, you may go to a lounge to have a drink. You may go to a bar to have a drink. You wanna go to a hookah bar to do hookah or whatever and hang out and chill, relax. Do you know that there's people that go to the barbershop to hang out? To hang out. There's people in this world. There is everybody that get their hair cut, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, outside of the people that's going to the barbershop to get their hair cut and they just cool and they hanging out and they waiting to get their hair cut and they talking shit or whatever, having a good time. Outside of those people, I'm talking about is literally people that just don't got nothing to do with their life. They go to the barbershop just to hang the hell out and drink Coronas. What a life. Yo, real talk on everything I love. What a beautiful life to live. When you could just go to the barbershop and just drink Coronas all day and just hang out and relax and enjoy your life. Man, you doing something right, you heard? Because I'm out here trying to get it. I ain't got no time to be hanging out at the barbershop drinking Coronas. Like, it's tough out here. You know what I mean? All right. So, let's see what else we got. What else we got here? My barber, and you know what? I'm so nervous because I got to call my barber in a couple of days to get a haircut. And I'm like, I really don't feel like going through that. All right. So, also, I want to talk to you guys about, it's a new year, and you know, a lot of people are single and still single, and you know what I'm saying, trying to find somebody to be engaged with, to have something with or whatever. I want to say to everybody, like, be patient, but also stay positive. I do want to say that there's a lot of people out here that you're probably not going to find that person. You're probably going to be single. You might be single for the rest of your life, or you might be single for a very long time. And some people out here, it's not even your fault why you're going to be single for a very long time. It's just the fact is that in this era that we're in right now, I feel like a lot of men don't value women, and a lot of women don't know a good man when they see one. This is really what it's coming down to, point blank, period. A lot of men, they don't know how to value a good woman. A good woman. When they got one, they don't know how to value that woman and put her first. And a lot of women don't know a good man when they see one. So what happens, and remember, I had a situation, you know, when I went on vacation where I was going through a little trouble, small little trouble. All I needed this girl to do was to just give me a little hand. She accused me of being a thief. She accused me of trying to scam her. I have absolute no reason to scam anybody. You know what I'm saying? And so she had a good one right in front of her face. She had a good one right there in front of her face. But she couldn't just grab it. Sometimes you just gotta grab it and hold on to it. A lot of times too, and I talked about this in older episodes, is the evolution of the self-sabotage. A lot of people, they self-sabotage. They think that they're not good enough for this. You know, everything may be going great, and they just think that, you know, this is not for them. They can't believe it. That, like, this guy is just so true. Like, literally, I see women that they will be dating a guy, and a guy will be just doing all good things, you know, being respectful and everything, and they will just call him, like, bullshit. They will call bullshit. Like, you're not this nice, you're not this sweet, you know, da 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 da. And then the dude is sitting here like, yo, what happened to you? Like, everything was good, and you, yeah, but you're being too nice to me. Why are you so nice? This is what some women say. Why are you so nice? And it's like, because I'm just being myself. You know, we're getting to know each other. We're hanging out. I thought we were having a good time. I'm not sure you don't want me to be nice. Like, dudes be confused. Like, what just happened? You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, people, they self-sabotage. For the men, too. Men self-sabotage. They got a good way. A lot of times, I'm going to keep it a buck. Men be having good women. Real talk. Men be having good women right there in their face. And they just let it go to waste. They blow it. They want to cheat on them, or they lying, or they doing all this other different type of stuff. I had one girl to tell me she was dating a guy or whatever, but he was so lazy. Like, she liked the guy. He was cool or whatever. He was a good guy, but he was lazy as hell. And he didn't want to work. And she was going off to work or whatever. And she actually, which I don't approve of, but she actually found him a job. She got him a job or whatever. And so the dude was supposed to, I think he goes to work before her or something like that. So for like a month, this dude is faking like he's going to work, when really he was just going, hanging out for a while until she went to work, and then he was returning back home. And then one day she set it all up where she caught him in the act. She caught him at home or whatever, chilling. She walked in the house like, yo, what are you doing here? And he's like, no, what are you doing here? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, a lot of times you got lazy guys. You got guys that's liars. You got guys that don't want to do nothing with their life. Man, today, when I was out running my errands today, I seen like at least 20 to 30 dudes just standing in the middle of the street, or standing on the corner, or sitting on the stoop, not doing nothing. And it's not like it's 7, 8 o'clock in the evening. No, it's like 10, 11, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. They're standing at the corner store. They're standing here. They're standing there. They're not doing nothing with their life. So you got a lot of guys like that. So what I want to tell people, I want to tell you guys to just stay positive as much as you can. The people that are single, the people that's looking to fall in love, the people that's looking to find true love and real love, stay positive as much as you can. I am going to say that sometimes you may have to stay single because you probably not going to find that person, and it's not your fault. It's the person's fault. It's these people's fault. They just don't know how to lock in. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of guys are all over the place. You know what I'm saying? If you're a guy, you're looking for a female, a lot of females are all over the place. And then what I found out with females is that females do want to be in something. They do want a relationship, but they don't know how to get over all that stuff or whatever. We don't know what the hell happened to them. Because I'm going to keep it a buck with you, ladies. A lot of guys, they go through things too. We don't really express, and we don't talk about all these things all over the place like women do. But guys get hurt too. A lot. Just as much. I would say just as much as women, guys get hurt as well. You know what I'm saying? So, but guys just don't, air their business out like that all the time like that. They deal with it internally or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? Or they take the proper time to deal with it. I will say guys get over things really, faster than women. But guys get hurt too. But for whatever reason, you got a lot of women out here that they have a lot of things that I was listening to. I'm going to tell you, I got 3 stories. I was listening to the radio one day, and this is a segment on the radio I listened to on Hot 97. It's called like Ghosts, or You Got Ghosts, or something like that, where this guy, the lady, she called up the radio station to find out why she got ghosts. The guy had ghosted her because she went out on a date. They went out on a date with each other, and she like accused him of doing something that he didn't really do or whatever. It's like she just accused him out of nowhere. And so he's like, yo, what the heck? So basically he ghosted her. You know what I'm saying? And so she called the radio station, and then they was talking on the radio, and she was like, she was sounding like a really nice lady. And he told the host on the radio station what happened, why he ghosted her, because she accused him of doing some things that he didn't really do or whatever the case is. And so the lady, she was like, you know what? I do apologize. I do realize that I did do that or whatever. I apologize. You know what I'm saying? But the guy was like, the guy wasn't really, he did accept her apology, but he wasn't willing to go back on another date with her because he was like, yo, you're not the only person that go through things, that has things happen to. Oh, you know what it was? She had somebody following. She had one time she went out on a date, I guess with a guy or whatever. And I guess the guy turned into like some type of psychopath, and he would follow her. You know, follow her home and follow her all these different type of places or whatever. So when she went out on a date with this new guy, she started asking him questions about, oh, you know, what's your criminal history like? And do you like following people home? Or you have some type of psychological disability? Like asking him questions like that. So of course he felt offended and he ghosted her. You know what I'm saying? So then on the radio station, she did apologize and all that type of stuff. But the guy was like, you know, I'm not really willing to go out on another date with you because you have things in your past that's hovering over you and you haven't let it go. And so you got guys that you're going out on a date with and you're false accusing them of doing things or acting a certain type of way. And I don't even know you. I'm just getting to know you. You know what I'm saying? So he basically just cut it loose. And it happens like that a lot of times with women, is that for whatever reason, whatever happens in their relationship, and I talk about it on this show a lot, you know, I say for a lot of women, if you've been dating, if you're still hurt from a relationship that happened 10, 15, 20 years ago, I think it's time for some therapy. And I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm being realistic. I think it's time to go to have some type of therapy, so therapeutic sessions. So maybe you need to sit down and talk to somebody and figure out what exactly is going on so you can move into the future. You can find somebody. Because I'm going to be honest, last year I met a lot of women that were single that had a lot of issues with things in their past. And these were things in their past. These wasn't things that happened to them in the last 6 months, in the last year, even maybe the last 2 years. These were things that happened to them 5, 10, 15 years ago, and they're still struggling with it today, and they're putting it on you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that sometimes in a relationship where you may have, you know, things that you need to talk about with your other half or whatever, but you don't want to false accuse them and put things, you know what I'm saying, on somebody else. I had a female one time, she told me, you know, when I start talking to a guy, he got to earn my trust. Nobody should have to earn your trust. For the men and for the women, nobody should have to earn your trust. It should be like remember when you was in school and you started off with an A, and then as you continue, if you didn't keep that A up, you went down. That's how it should be. Should not be, oh, you got to earn my trust. That doesn't work like that. You're not going to be in a real, genuine relationship if a guy or a female has to earn your trust. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, you know what I'm going to do real quick? You know what? I wanted to, you know, I'm losing time. I don't have enough time. But I wanted to talk about something I heard on the radio this morning. But let me get into read my profile, JP. JP, read my profile. You better read my profile. You better read my profile. All right. Let's get into this profile. Read my profile, JP. Here we go. Let's try this again. No kids, Dominican, from Queens, but reside in PA. New York City on the weekends. In addition to my 9 to 5, I have a side business, chasing money. Life is short. I just generally want to meet a man that wants to love and be loved. Let's laugh, crack jokes, and dance while we make breakfast. My knees might not be as good as they were at 21, but my dance moves are fire! Okay, maybe not, but my two-step is on point. Anyway, wish you the best of luck on your swipe. Hope love finds you. Listen, I wanted to start out the new year with a good, positive read my profile. So that was the first read my profile of the new year. And to me, that profile was perfect. It was perfect. It had everything that you're looking for. She was funny, you know what I'm saying? She had exactly what she's looking for, you know what I'm saying? Like, it hit on so many different cylinders. And it had a good personality. The profile had a good personality on it. Let's look through it again. She said, let's try this again. No kids, Dominican from Queens, but reside in PA. New York City on the weekend. So I guess she's saying she's in New York on the weekend. In addition to my 9 to 5, she has a job. She's saying I have a side business. So she's a hustler. She's out here getting it. She said, chasing money. Life is short. I just want to meet a man. Here we go. This is the meat. Life is short. I just want to meet a man that wants to love and be loved. Boom. How perfect is that? I just want to meet a man that wants to love and be loved. She didn't talk about if you got this, if you don't got that, if you too tall, if you too small, if you got these type of shoes, if you 420. Listen, we gotta. This is the goal of Read My Profile for the new year. The goal is we want to take away a lot of the things that don't make sense, that don't matter, and we want to put in things that matter. For the men, you kind of want to, change up your game for 2022 and, you know what I'm saying, add some substance to your profile. No more, faking, putting up pictures from 10, 15 years ago. You don't look like that no more. For the guys, you want to actually have some type of substance in your profile. And the pictures with the you butt naked and the pictures and all, cut that stuff out. Like, the ladies is telling me what y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? For the ladies, you know what I'm saying? You want to kind of dwindle down all that, you know what I mean? Like, for the ladies, they be having like these crazy out of this world standards. You gotta be 6'2.5". You gotta have this. You gotta have that. If you ain't got this and this, we want to kind of dwindle all a lot of stuff that really don't matter. We want to kind of like dwindle that down into what type of man you looking for. You looking for a good man, a man that want to love, like she said, want to love and be loved. You're looking for a man with morals, with substance, with value, with a good heart. These are the things that, ladies, these are the things that you want to incorporate into your profile when you're writing this. You want to talk about yourself. Hi, I'm such and such and such. I do this, I work, I do this, or this is what things that I like to do on my free time. This is the type of man that I'm looking for. I'm looking for a man that wants to love, that has a good heart, that has values and morals, whether a Christian man or whatever. This is the type of man I'm looking for. Boom, that's it. You don't have to talk about, oh, I'm looking for a man to smoke weed with. You know what I'm saying? Enough is enough. This is 2022. Enough is enough, all right? So that's what we're going to get into more of Read My Profile, as the new year keeps going. We're only going to do one Read My Profile today. And so next week we're going to do 2. But today we're only going to do 1 because I'm running out of time. So, topic. Let me get into a quick topic real quick for you guys. So, the topic for today is dating a person that has kids when you don't have kids. For the women, dating a guy that has kids when you don't have kids. And for the men, dating a woman when you don't have kids. So this is basically, since I've been off, I've been hearing a lot of this going around in conversations about dating. You know what I'm saying? Dating a woman with kids, dating a man with kids or whatever. A lot of women are like, yo, I really don't want to get into that dating a man with kids because I don't want to get into the baby mother drama, which I can understand. The baby mama drama is crazy. It is crazy. And if they haven't, got to a place where they can take care of the kids amicably, mutually, with no problems, it can get really, really ugly and nasty. You know what I'm saying? So It's very difficult for the women to date a man that has kids, and maybe because a lot of dudes, they have their kids on the weekend, and so a lot of times you're in a relationship with a guy, he pick his kids up on the weekend, and I've seen instances where the kids may come over on the weekend, and the girlfriend may do the daughter hair, and then take the daughter back over to the mom's house. She takes the daughter's whole hair loose. This is real facts. She takes her, and then she calls the dude, I don't want that bitch touching my daughter. This is what happens sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So, like, for the ladies, when you're looking for a relationship or you're looking for a man, like, comment, subscribe. when you're looking for a man and he has kids, see, the thing is that once you start to get into a certain age group, it's like everybody got kids. Now, for the ladies, are you looking for men that their kids are kind of grown adults, or do you not mind dating a man with maybe smaller kids, or the kids may be teenagers? You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, a lot of guys, they get their kids on the weekends. So on the weekends they got their kids, and you got to be there. If you're with this dude, you're there. You know what I'm saying? Weekends, a lot of times, that's when a lot of people spend majority of their time together, is on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? So for the ladies, like, how do you guys go about when you're picking a guy? Do you want a guy that's single with no kids? Now, also for the ladies, now what if the ladies got kids and the guy doesn't have any kids? You know what I'm saying? Because I've been hearing about this a lot. This has been a big topic. A lot of women are trying to date guys that has no kids when they have 3, 4 kids, and maybe their kids are not adults. Maybe their kids are still small or in their teenage years. So what's the situation with that? And also, you got guys that's single with no kids, and they may be looking for kids, and you're not able to give him, or you don't want. Sometimes women are able, but they don't want to have no more kids. So that could be a problem. You know what I'm saying? That could be a problem. I had a guy that tell me that, he was trying to get into a situation with a woman, and he didn't mind being with the woman, and she had kids or whatever. But then when it came down to it, he was like, yo, you don't want to have no more kids, or you can't have no more kids because, you had a procedure to not have any more kids. I want to have kids, and I do want to be with you. We want to be with each other. So how about I'll just go and I'll have a kid naturally, over here, and I'll take care of the kid or whatever, and we still could be together. She went crazy on him. No, what about me? I'm going to feel a certain type of way. It was all about her. What about her? Her feelings. How's she going to feel? She can't give him a kid. But he's like, yo, you already got 4 kids. You had your kids the way you had your kids, with the guys you had your kids with, and you had natural. Because then she was trying to tell him, well, why I gotta be natural? Why can't you have a different type? Do a different type of way. And he's like, yo, nobody told you to have how to have your kids. You had your kids the way you wanted to have your kids, and it was natural. And you have great memories of when you had these kids and the birth and everything. And I want to do the same thing. I'm not saying we're not going to be together, but I want to have my kids naturally. And so, he was saying that they went back and forth with it. And then they just decided to go their separate ways, because she could not give in to the fact that, he wanted to have kids, and he wanted to have kids natural. And you can't give me kids, and you already have 4 kids. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a situation going on right now where it's like, it's that dating, and what do you do? How you going to do this? For the guys, are you willing to date a woman with kids even though you don't have kids? Now, what are you going to do? Are you going to, how are you going to have your kids? If you want to have kids, how are you going to have your kids if you're dating a woman with kids and she don't want to have no more kids? So what do you do? A lot of times too, like I said, people are getting older in age, and so It's hard to find. It's sometimes it may be hard to find that woman with no kids unless you go younger. You know what I'm saying? You may have to go younger, you know, and who knows with that, how you want to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? But it's a situation going on out here. Just look into like, just look into like, you know, a lot of men and a lot of women, you know, in relationships, and you know what I'm saying, one have kids and one don't have kids, and how, and that evolution and what happens. A lot of times it usually ends up in breakup. You know what I'm saying? It usually ends up in breakup. If a man had kids and the woman don't have kids, and she wants to have kids and he doesn't want to have no more kids because he already got enough kids, usually it ends up, you know, breaking up or whatever the case is, and vice versa, the same way. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something to look out for in the new year in 2022. You know what I'm saying? We got this year, we want to be dating with a purpose. You know, find your mate, find your purpose. And a lot of times, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. A lot of times, you'll find somebody and it'll be, the relationship will be great and it will be perfect. But sometimes it be the circumstances, like a woman having kids and you not having kids. And then you got to toggle between that. If you could find a woman that maybe, and this been going on too, this is a hot topic as well. A lot of women has been saying, yo, I got a good man. I got a man that I love, that I cherish, and I want to be with, and I love him dearly. And so, hey, if you want to go, I don't want to have no more kids. If you want to go and you want to have a kid, you know, with a woman or whatever, you're going to take care of that kid, then okay, boom. But we still going to be together. This has been going on, you know what I'm saying, with women. You know, and I've been reading in different news topics or whatever, like women are saying, okay, have a kid outside the relationship or whatever. You know, you want your kid or whatever, but you're coming home with me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. But guys, look forward for the JP show in the new year. I got a lot of big things coming. I got guests. We got guests. We got guests on the way, okay? So this is the JP show. Is back. We're back. I'm happy. Let's get it on in the new year. I love you guys. I'll check you out on next week's show. Aha.